Sastry, can just raise your hands, mic will come to you.
The first question I ask is, telling everything ancient as Vedic is absolutely disregard for history. What you told are things which are, 300 years back, 500 years back, 800 years back, but you have branded everything Vedic. Absolutely unscientific. The approach itself is unscientific. Not everything is Vedic. All these Shastras and the time of Veda, hundreds of years of difference are there. There are things you have told about, you have told about the iron pillar near Qutub Minar. That is much more thousands of years later than Veda. Why do you mention that with Veda? Trying to relate everything to Veda is actually a kind of superstition, nothing other than that. You tell that there are some ancient wisdom, we need to know that, we need to examine that. You told, my question is, first, how can you relate everything to Veda? That's question number one. Number two question is, it's very, very interesting that you have mentioned that always, why you have mentioned the Westerners? Because nobody listens to the Indians if they speak it. You know why we listen to the Westerners? Because they do a thorough job. We don't do it. We have got all these so-called wisdoms, as you say. We don't put them to scientific tests. Even the way you have presented.
One moment.
Just a minute.
You want to ask questions or you want to give the lesson?
Question.
Lecture.
No. Question. First question is how.
You ask question wise. First of all, first question is, can you say that other than Vedic literature, can you find other literature in the world?
No. The question is, why everything can be said Vedic? That is the question.
That is the only literature which is the very ancient.
No, so what? This is, the iron pillar is nowhere related to Vedic age.
If you agree with that or not, that is different.
Which one?
Please. Only Vedic literature is the everybody accepted that is the Vedic literature, ancient literature.
A pointed question. No, just a minute. A pointed question. Iron pillar near Qutub Minar, is it Vedic?
And
What do you think about the Vedic? First of all, what is your understanding about the Vedic world?
No.
Let me know.
What is its connection with Veda?
What is your understanding about Veda?
I don't say about understanding. I am telling about history. The Vedas were written at a time which is said to be approximately 5,000 years back, right? And
have you gone through Veda? Already I have given Veda were divided into so many things. Maharshis developed Shastras on that.
fine.
Okay, so it is the Moola. See, this is the root of the knowledge. That's why I have given everything here. I am not saying that Veda is only theory.
See, if
From theory, so many
Veda is not
Maharshis.
theory. Veda is a well-written book. It's not theory. Number one. Number two, if you start asking whether you have gone through Veda, whether you have gone through that, then I will ask the counter question: have you studied physical metallurgy? Have you studied physical metallurgy? You are talking of metallurgy. Have you studied chemistry? You are talking of chemistry.
I told you already.
See, the thing is, the worst part is the greatest problem with me is your entire presentation is very unscientific. You give some names and you say this is there. I would have been very happy.
Whatever I have been advised by the organizers, sir, give the overall picture about the Vedic sciences.
If you would have taken 2 and proven it, we would have been happy instead of giving 200.
You have not seen Dr. Murthy's presentation before? I have proved.
Even that did not have a single reference.
Yeah, and also it does not talk about whether it is a characterization done in IIT Madras or the preparation was done in IIT Madras. I'm not at all sure about it.
What is the nowadays?
No, the characterization is not here.
Firstly, we have prepared in my lab, my processing lab. Then Dr. Murthy developed same repeated in.
Means we should be able to prepare it in IIT Madras or anywhere in the world. We don't need to prepare it in your laboratory. I think that is why the scientific reproducibility comes in. And what Professor Murthy has talked about is how nicely the characterization matches, which we accept. But we don't know whether preparation was done. And now coming to the other part of your talk, taking the clue from Professor Das, I just want to ask you a few things. Let's say I want to learn from the Vedic science and I want to implement today. So as a student of science, I would like to know which part of Vedas actually gives me what clues, and then you elaborate on it. What I got is actually like an index of a book which just gives me some names.
No,
which does not help me.
what I am, sir,
let me finish.
here, you have to just, you are right. In your way, you are right.
Yes.
But organizers asked me
Okay.
to give an overall, what are in Vedas. Just you give an overall picture.
Sir, I am happy that you get the list. We can go back and study. But now, can you please explain two things that I have a question in my mind, given my background in the whatever science I am trying to do. First is, you talked about the Bharadwaj Vaimanika, and way back in 1974, today we are in 2012, way back in 1974, a well-written paper from the professors of Indian Science have refuted it.
Okay.
Can you talk about how your findings are actually different from it? That is the first question.
It is.
No, let me finish the second question also.
Okay.
Second question you have talked about is that, let's say even in nanotechnology, you are making nanoparticles. Just before coming to the seminar, I also did a Google, like you are doing, and I can find there are few papers talking about using biological extracts to prepare nanoparticles as reducing agents. Okay? How is your result different from their results? I don't see any comparison with the world literature. So please come back to our modern science and then try to bridge the gap.
Here, I want to say the nanoparticles whichever we have developed through this system, only we have presented. I am not saying that nowhere nano materials are not developed like this. And we are only the person, biological and chemical base already there, and ball milling system is already there. But we have proved through our whatever our Rashashastra Granthas mentioned some shlokas basing on that. We have tried and we have succeeded and we have developed. We are not saying that this is the first time nano. Okay. Number two, what is your first question?
Last question was on Bharadwaj Vaimanika Shastra.
Okay, Vaimanik Shastra in this, the only problem is Talpade is a Pune. It belongs to Pune. I have gone through one library there, Oriental Manuscript Library. If I remember, that is Bhandarkar Research Institute also there. I have gone through one document there. Dr. Talpade, Sri Talpade, he manufactured aircraft and he traveled for 4 miles and he height is 100 feet. He fly the aircraft. So records are there, but our British government has removed all Indian records.
British government left in 1947.
What has
And so we are now in 2012. Hopefully Vedic mathematics
And actually you can prove the paper by Professor Mukunda et al.
Yes. It was published on so many daily papers.
You can prove the paper.
Daily,
documenting why the structures cannot fly.
that is the
So
only
if
problem.
you think that your science
That is the only problem which have not done till today. That is the only problem. Indian sciences have not documented.
Sir, you are saying that you have read it, you have actually authored a book. So I will consider you as an authority of the subject. So can you please explain why Mukunda et al. Has made a mistake and where was the mistake?
How can I say, everybody has their own perception. How you have gone through, that is the important.
Perception, science goes on factuals.
Correct.
So please tell us
Correct.
why
I don't know.
I can give you the paper.
How can I say Dr. Mukunda?
Can you please pass the paper to
Yes, I have gone through.
yeah, please
But
tell
Mukunda,
why it is
bro, how can I say how Mukunda was explaining this? How can you say?
Sir.
You have to ask.
You are the
about
person
Mukunda.
making the
You are
claim.
making, you are author of a book, sir. You cannot say that you don't know. Then why are you writing a book?
I can say that I have developed some alloys basing on the Vaimana Shastra.
Then don't talk
Those-
about claims. Then don't talk about aeronautics.
That is a part of Panchaloha and Panchadhararoha. Every
Those are
loha.
things, those are
I can develop some alloys from my capacity. Have started somewhere.
And please, if that is, even in
If
that
you-
case, you have to publish your material so that, other Indian
No, we
scientists
have
can look at it.
communicated.
Sorry.
We have communicated already. Why you are listening presentation?
No.
We have communicated already.
I have some more questions on slightly things which are from my area. So, you had a couple of interesting statements. Something called anti-gravity. In fact, modern scientists would love to find, the analog of what is called a Faraday cage, so that they can do experiments in gravity. Since you have found anti-gravity, maybe you can tell us something about anti-gravity.
Definitely. If you come forward,
No, I don't know.
we will do.
However,
Everything how can I do? Everything.
You cannot say.
I cannot do everything.
You are saying.
I am giving the information.
No, you are making random.
Literature survey, whatever literature survey I have gone through, I am giving.
What literature? Where is the reference? So that I can go and look it up. I mean, Sanskrit is not a hurdle for me. And okay,
Guys,
you are not the only person in the world who
Can I
knows
finish some
Sanskrit.
questions here,
Okay.
please?
Next,
Hold on, Suresh.
yeah.
Okay, this gentleman has scratched the surface of one